If you'd asked me a year ago about Sun and Fun, you would have gotten a completely different answer than I would give you today. I'll talk a little bit more about that, but let's recap.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll send it to you. I know your YouTube thing. I'll send it to you.
So hold on. This is the coolest thing ever. I'm sorry to make you restate. You just said your name is
Justin.
Justin, and he visited us at Oshkosh where I wore this exact same shirt because I never change. I live in this. I have this actually under this shirt. I have this exact tattoo. And his son, I gave some stuff to, and your daughter wasn't there.
She wasn't there, but she knows of you.
She knows of me.
With the Y. And she was disappointed she wasn't with us when we got to meet you.
Okay. And so he just showed me a video that I'm not going to tear up on video, but I could. That's the sweetest thing I've ever seen.
So you gave extras. Tomorrow I just met Brian with a Y. And what happened when he gave me those things to give to you and what?
I said this was going to be my new early birthday present. I'm going to pretend that I never saw that in that, and I'm going to open tomorrow. So yeah.
You're going to wait to open this till tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Maybe not.
So things sometimes come full circle, and that was awesome. As you probably know, getting into events like Sun and Fun can be pretty tricky because of all the traffic.
There you go. Turn right, left base for runway 36. Need you in the right turn for that RV that just passed over.
That's why I flew the executive approach this year. Less legroom than a Piper, but the drinks were only $12. Who could say no to that? You'd think that would make it easier to get there, but with large storms in the area, that translated to lengthy delays, missed connections, and 3 different flights starting at sunrise and landing well after dark. So this is how we get coffee at Sun and Fun. Russ is showing us the process.
That's coffee juice, brother. For every 3 cups you spill, you get 1.
Sometimes in life you'll see something that's truly amazing, but at the same time you're glad somebody else is doing it. While the Gold Seal crew was setting up the booth, I saw something at the ultralight field that I just had to check out.
Flustered now.
She's flustered because this is Joy. She's here with Sun and Fun Radio, who was brought to this booth by someone who knows who I am, and she has no idea. And he just said, "You need to interview." Her fiance said, "You need to interview Brian for Sun and Fun Radio." And she goes, "I'm supposed to interview you, but I don't know anything about you." And so we're about to have the most wheels-off interview for Sun and Fun ever. And I think it's hilarious how you're marginally uncomfortable. Would you say?
Marginally, yeah, but I think I can.
You think you can wing it?
I think I can.
I'm gonna just be one-word answer guy, and I'm gonna be like, dead air. So sorry, an F-16 just flew over. But so what I like is that now I notice it's starting to resonate with people. A lot of people are coming up and saying that they really enjoy it. So I like that I'm... Unfortunately, I said something early on in the interview that tipped her off, and she realized who I was, and it turned into a normal interview. Taking a liking to it.
Yeah, you're getting recognized now. So I found you because I walked by your booth with my fiance who knew who you were, and I didn't. And he said, "Hey, you need to interview this guy." And I said, "Who is he?" So a little awkward conversation at first, but I'm glad we sat down. And when you mentioned the how to pre-flight a Cirrus, I've seen that video.
Okay.
So I knew. I said, if something clicks, I'm sure I've seen it. Out now.
Shouldn't have said anything.
All right.
All right. I'm about 900 miles from home, so I can see my friend Dan.
That's the way how we roll.
This is how we do it. I see him more as far from my house as I can get than I do when we're local.
Yeah.
We still need to have a pizza together. I think I owe you one
Probably.
for something. How you
Or
doing?
I owe you one. Doesn't matter.
I think you owe me one. We're not, either of us probably eating pizza right now.
My day started yesterday at 5 a.m. So
But you didn't land until today. How slow is your airplane?
when there's thunderstorms, it can be really slow as it sits on the ground.
All right, and following up on the theme yesterday that I showed you with Dan Milliken, again, 900 miles away from home, to visit my friend Eric, who lives about 5 miles from me. Eric, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
So it's good to see you far, far from home.
Well, I knew you were coming out here.
And that's why...
And I didn't want to wait for you to come back home,
No,
so I came all the way out here just
I wasn't going to
you.
drive all the way to your house, so it was easier just to hop on Southwest fly to Florida to see you here.
Exactly.
Well, it's good to see you, man.
You too, man.
After attending a few aviation events, the focus quickly shifts from aerial demonstrations and cool airplanes to the community. Whether it's local friends or those that we only get to see once a year, it quickly starts to feel like a family reunion. Much like your house, Florida seems to have a statewide built-in sprinkler system. About 3 o'clock every day, it rains. Most of the time it's nothing, but sometimes Florida likes to show off. It started as a light rain that didn't bother us much, so we stayed out and about, then quickly progressed to a full downpour with reports of tornadoes off in the distance. We did what anybody would do in this situation. We found the closest beer tent. We figured those people would be in a good mood.
So what are we doing, Eric? We're hunkered down under your...
We're at Sun of Fun. We're right inside the main entrance.
I would think it's just in fun. I have not seen any sun.
There's no sun.
This seemed like a pretty good idea until the water started coming in and the floor turned into a swamp. As quickly as the storm started, it ran itself out. Then it was time to head back to the Gold Seal booth for some fun and games. Gold Seal did an incredible job with their booth. This year they set up an aviation trivia game that pitted pilots, friends, and occasionally random strangers against one another in a battle of aviation brains to see who was the best of the best. This was a really great idea as it created a high level of interaction and engagement with folks attending the show. I met a ton of really great people at the Gold Seal booth this year, and I think the game played a big part because it really captured people's attention as they were walking by. Sun and Fun air shows are a lot of fun, but this particular one this year had its own flair. The Constellation was there, which is always great to see. They had some weird stuff flying around like this. I don't know exactly what this is, but the highlight was when they would have to stop the air show completely so that Amazon could make sure we all know who's really in charge.
So we are here at Sun and Fun, and I've just met the two people who have probably, if they haven't traveled the farthest they're about to. You guys are from Portland.
Yes.
We're here in Florida. You're going up to D.C., and then you're going to continue your cross-country back to Portland for a total of how many hours?
90 hours.
Okay, and your names are?
Mike.
Deb. And Deb. And they are sharing some amazing stops with me that I'm hoping to take along my journey to 1,500 hours. It was awesome speaking to you guys today. This
Absolutely.
was a highlight of my day today. So be very safe traveling. That is a long, long, long trip. Email me. If I can meet you guys for a meal or something, Oklahoma is a 45-minute flight for me. I would love to see you guys again.
That'd be fun.
There he is. Dude. It was very nice to see you. How are you doing, man?
Good.
All right, so we're here at Sun and Fun with Chris Lamprecht, which you may or may not recognize because he's not wearing a cool visor and flying at Mach 2. Or was it Mach 2 or Mach 3 we were flying at?
I think 3.
Mach 3?
2.5, 3.
Yeah, there was a bird that came by. So this is Chris, who we did the L-39 flight together. Which I called Eric and I was like, how do I thank somebody for giving me a memory I will never forget for a lifetime?
You made a cool video. That's good enough.
That was absolutely, like, honestly, like, my wife came home and I'm like, I'm on cloud 9. Like, I've never, I call it a fighter jet. I know it's a trainer jet or whatever, but just that was such a cool gift just to be able to.
I mean, we took out one airplane in that sortie, so.
Well, and that's what you do. I have to dodge traffic. You guys just take it right out.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
Rolling right now. Traffic, no factor.
Who are you here with?
That's my wife.
Your husband is the most generous man.
I know. Yes.
Like, for someone like me to get to do something like that was such an adventure, and I don't watch my own videos a lot, but I watched that one.
I've watched it like 4 times.
Quite a bit, just because I'm like, I can't believe I got to do that.
And that's what I send to people when I want to show them what a formation flight is like.
Really? Anytime. And the biggest takeaway from making a video with you was every third comment was, you didn't buckle your helmet. Like, that was like the number one comment.
I forgot to check it too. Yours.
I was like, if anything happens, like, this is the least of my worries. Where can we find you on Instagram? I've since found you on YouTube and Instagram. What are your, if people want to go watch your awesome L39 stuff?
Instagram is mthreat.
mthreat. Okay, I thought it was like, I was like MT Heat. I'm trying to figure out what that is.
MTHREAT.
Okay.
Which is short for minor threat.
Okay.
Which is all handled. And then YouTube is Speed Break Aviation.
Speed Break Aviation. Okay, so go check them out. Like, this stuff is awesome. It's just incredible. If you've ever been to one of these aviation events, you've no doubt seen the nighttime air show. I've been rumored to say these are all kind of the same, so we can just skip it. I did stay this year, and I'm glad I did. In fact, I watched it twice. This particular nighttime air show was leaps and bounds above what I've ever seen before. They incorporated awesome music that you're not going to get to hear because it'll get this video a copyright strike. There was a laser show, drones, you name it. They went all out with this. I'm going to leave you with the most impressive portions of the nighttime air show. But first, Sun and Fun wouldn't be Sun and Fun if one of you didn't anonymously locate me and secretly leave me some gifts, including this little elf, which is now going to live in my Comanche. Whoever you are, you're fun. Thank you.
They're coming in. I don't know where they're even coming from at this point, but it's the Amazon crew. And you know, it's an interesting life flying freight around the country, and it's yet another opportunity in aviation. But this will add to it. Come on, get all the phones on, get everything, and we'll wave them, and we'll bring them in style. And that's got to be something they've never seen in their careers at this point. So
that is an air show arrival.
There you go.
So I've been to Oshkosh many, many times, and historically, anytime I would ask someone, hey, tell me about Sun and Fun, how's Sun and Fun? They would always compare it to Oshkosh. Oh, Sun and Fun is Oshkosh, but 1/5 the size, or it's 1/12 of Oshkosh, or 1/132nd of Oshkosh. It's this compared to Oshkosh. And so in my head, I was like, all right, Oshkosh is better. I'll just keep going to Oshkosh. I won't go to Sun and Fun. Last year, I went to Sun and Fun, and I was there for maybe 6 hours, and all I kind of did was pop my head around and go, yep, pretty small. And I think I saw a couple of aerial demonstrations, and so in my head I was like, yep, I'll keep going to Oshkosh. Sun and Fun is this tiny little thing. Fast forward to this year. Gold Seal calls me up and says, hey, we want to send you to Sun and Fun, and I thought, okay, well, I'll go because it's free. And so I was there for 5 days, and I had the most amazing time. It was incredible. The air shows were amazing. I've never seen the Thunderbirds in my life. Absolutely amazing. Everything that was going on the ground, I will compare it to Oshkosh. Sun and Fun is like Oshkosh without the walking. You go to Oshkosh and it's like, there's all this stuff, but it's 3 miles in between everything. I'm averaging 30,000 steps a day at Oshkosh. At Sun and Fun, I probably, I don't know, maybe had 30,000 steps the whole time I was there. Everything's a little bit closer. It is a little bit smaller, but that's not a bad thing. There's just as much stuff to do. It's different. It's not the same. And it's great. I'm going to keep going back. I'm going to go back every year. I had an absolute blast at Sun and Fun. If I've ever spoken to anyone and been like, meh, I was wrong. Sun and Fun is amazing. It's really cool. The nighttime air show, hands down, I've seen 10 of these things. They are very similar. You have the same performers that say, yes, I do a night air show performance, and so it's going to be similar. Sun and Fun blew it out of the park this year. I wish the video could show you how amazing the drones were when they had these drones that were like planes but in 3D. The A-10, like I don't know if it picked it up, but there's drones and the A-10's like shooting, missiles or whatever, and they actually had the fire on the ground. So I got it wrong. I was talking out of school. Sun and Fun was awesome. I'll go back. I'll even pay my own way next year. So if you are closer to Florida than you are Wisconsin, or you, for whatever reason, you've heard that it's not as good, and so you've thought about not going, get that out of your mind. Sun and Fun was amazing. I'm going back every year. I hope to see you guys there. It was awesome. So thank you, Gold Seal, for forcing my hand and making me spend 5 days. I had a blast in the booth. I want to go back and do the Gold Seal stuff again. All the people who came up and said hi. What a humbling, incredible experience. I met so many people, and I'm getting some emails from people that came up to the booth to talk to me. And it seems like everyone's home safe from their journeys. The kids, Justin, send me the kids' shirt sizes, or just email me. We'll figure something out. I'll get some hats and shirts and whatever I can figure out their way. So the Patreon supporters, I know I haven't been real active on Patreon lately. I've been just busting my butt trying to get hours, and I'm going to start diving into that series here pretty soon. That's eating up a lot of my time. But just a huge thanks to everyone who watches the channel, who shares the videos, everyone who came up and said hi. I'm not joking, that means the world to me. It's the coolest thing for someone to come up and tell you their story about how they traveled to get here, or where they're from, and all. I love listening to that type of stuff. So thanks to everybody, Gold Seal patrons, the people who like and share, or even people who just look at the channel and go, this is stupid. I appreciate every bit of it. So you guys fly smart, and we'll catch you in the next one.
Click this link to see the most recent video upload. Click this link to see a video that YouTube thinks you might like. Click this link to subscribe to my channel.